them going for the base take already. It was just went a little bit messy because there were no communication on who to target, on who to focus fire
Possibly.
on. And the second
Yeah.
one was the Joehead going for a cut of minion waves and
Yeah.
even a take on the base. It just so happened that, of course, it's already late game. If you got chased down by Team Jejemon, then you're gonna be nothing. But still a commendable play by Solid Boys. By
Yeah,
being
definitely.
able to pull off that one off.
Definitely. We can expect tighter matches here in the rest of the best of 5 between Jejemon and Solid Boys. Time for game number 3 though. Banned by Jejemon would be the Akufra and the Uranus. Again, very, very fundamental heroes in the strategies that Solid Boys are putting out here. While Solid Boys, they're just banning out heroes that maybe Jejemon could use. That's the Claude and the Yuzhong.
And it's an Esmeralda priority this time by Team Jejemon. Or yeah, it's actually them making use of the Esmeralda again. They know the power of this hero. Although it can be pretty mid to late game time, at least they will secure if... you know, the important thing for them is that to make sure that their lineup can last up to the up to the late. And that's what they keep on doing. Now, Team Solid Boys, we have yet to see how they're gonna draft this one out because it depends on which carry that they're going to choose. But for the meantime, it's gonna be a Thams and Atlas secure for Mr. V and for Karam Gaming.
So far, those are okay picks. But yeah, Jejemon here, they really hit gold with Changu's Esmeralda earlier. And it might be too soon to say that we want the carry here for Tira again. But hey, if it works, it works, right? You might feel a little sentimental, a little, you know, lucky with how game 2 went. So yeah, they pick up the carry and the Hylos.
And now I'm liking this, that they have secured a tank for themselves, so at least they won't have a hard time early game time to support the carry. So if anyone tries to go for a carry take, there's just the Hylos going for a stun. But look at what Team Solid Boys did. They secured the Valir for themselves because Valir is one good counter against a Hylos. Imagine a Hylos going for a chase to stun out one target, or maybe making use of his ultimate to place out a team fight. Then Eds is just there, that Valir going for a knockup and you know, just not allowing you to go all in for a clash against them. So I think so far these two teams are now taking it even more seriously in terms of the draft by countering each other out.
Yeah, no, as well, the Valir is good against even the Esmeralda, right? As soon as she goes for the Falling Star Moon, push her back, right? Force out the Purify. And I think that's what made MLA or Changu good on the Esmeralda earlier. He knew exactly when to press the Purify. But now going into the second phase of picking after the Kaja ban and the Hellkirk ban, again, respect bans for both sides. What is missing for Solid Boys? Their core. They need a good core here. Lancelot or Kimmy? Lancelot or Kimmy? What you got?
Yeah, I'm not sure if they're gonna go for an assassin core here. We have yet to see. I think it's something that they're hiding. All right, looks like they're gonna go for a Lancelot again. Is it gonna be it? They just gotta make sure that they're gonna be ending this game early game time again, early to mid. And yes, they're confident enough. They almost made it possible even up to the late game a while ago in game 2. They just had a few mistakes. But yeah, it might be harder this time because Team Jejemon got a solid tank for themselves as well. So if, well, maybe I'll just reserve my predictions later on for the winning conditions as well, because we don't have a complete draft as of yet. But yeah. How about you, Leo? Thoughts on the first few picks that we can see so far?
This is exactly what Jejemon needs. A support and a solid side laner. So those are your side laners here for Jejemon. It's going to be the Esmeralda and the Jawhead. While I do like what Jejemon is bringing here, I understand now why they picked up the carry. It's because they were going to do a 1 protect 4 lineup. Like, look at these 4 heroes. They're all online by about the time they reach level 4. So with that being said, Carrie can just have fun. Carrie can just pick fights where she feels comfortable picking fights. And now Solid Boys, they are a very in-your-face lineup. Exborg, Lancelot, Atlas, Tams, They can even go for like a counter punch, right? They can even force people to walk into Atlas and then hit the Fatal Link. So with that being said, it's a tough choice here, kay Saya. I'm not sure which one I like more.
Okay. Though, well, I think for me, though, we can say that this is still pretty much similar to game 2. Early to mid, it can be anyone's game, but it could be more leaning towards to whoever power spikes first. But late game time, I think I'm gonna go for Team Jejemon's lineup because again, that's true damage carry, and the land slot could even expire late game time. So if Team Jejemon, their winning condition is this one. If Team Jejemon wants to win this, they gotta end this game as fast as possible as they can. But if not, it could be Jejemon's game.
And I guess you're now at the point, kay Saya, wherein you're like, we tried to have Team Solid Boys end early in game 2, but they couldn't. So now you're like, let's just go the other way. Like, let's just assume that they cannot end early and like trust that line of thought. I appreciate that, and I agree, because I think I also would prefer Team Jejemon's lineup. It just covers more bases and it just has the potential for more damage, I think. So game number 3 here, Team Jejemon evening the score up against Team Solid Boys. We're at 1-1 here in the Creator Games Battle of Heroes. It's the grand finals.
Yeah, I like that Farsa pick, by the way, by ako si Doggy on the side of Team Jejemon. If there goes the team fight happening, just find a good spot, create a space for yourselves, for your teammate, and you're free to go. You're free to go. She just needs to be very careful on the dive that Tan might do. But there's Knuckle anyway. That's a high loss, and the cooldown on the stun that he got is just a few seconds.
Yeah. And again, the space made here by Doggy on the Farsa, and Nakil with the confirmed stun. He doesn't have it yet though, still at level 1. It just makes a great environment for the carry. Like, the carry here can just have a great early to mid game. And I think Solid Boys, they should leverage that. They should force Jejemon into weird situations wherein that can't happen.
Alright, talking about forcing Jejemon into weird situations, is this gonna be it? But MLA, Chang'u, going for that flank on the side, not even getting caught by any members on the side of Team Solid Boys. Looks like so far she's having a good time, being left untouched still. But gotta be careful because Tan was there almost to burst him down, but nah. So pretty even though.
Yep, 2 minutes. This is a very tame game compared to game number 2. No deaths just yet, no massive invades, and yeah, I guess both teams have their own defensive ways. Like, there's the pushback on Ed's Valir, and there is I Am Doggy just making space. So, with that being said, I think the way that Team Jejemon should be playing here is both defensive, and if Team Solid Boys will be forcing the issue, maybe make them pay. I'm guessing that if Team Solid Boys are really fixated on making Jejemon's early game tough, meaning MLA having a hard time farming, then it might be worth it for Jejemon to see that, like essentially like an Aikido type deal, or Judo. All right, so here you go, Doggy popping the feathered airstrike, pushing back the members of Team Solid Boys, while MLA Chang'u just puts a few beads into that turret. Oh, Tira attempting to steal, caught out of position a little bit. Now Doggy, did he steal that orange? Why does Doggy have an orange buff? No, that's theirs. He kept theirs. Look at this team fight, kay Saya. Cram barely surviving. First off, Nakil gets first blood. Now Renegade barely surviving. He gets out of there. And this is going to be a turtle for Team Solid Boys. What a messy team fight though, gotta say.
Yeah, unfortunately there's no ultimate for that Farsha. No feathered airstrike to potentially even go for a steal on that turtle. So they gotta wait for them again to even further go online. So at least the cooldowns will be lesser and they could go for more creation of space for the carry. But for the meantime, still we cannot call it a dominating game already by any of or either of the teams because it's still pretty much even. Yeah, the lead is just one, the gold is just few golds up ahead by Team Solid Boys, and the map control is not even onto anyone's side as of yet. But we're talking about the team fight. There goes a Predator Strike. Will be forcing Team Solid Boys to back away and not go for any forced flash.
Yep, and again, MLA Changu here, running for his life as Kram goes in with a perfect match. Nakil, not gonna be enough. Fatal Links. Tan goes in with his full combo. Down goes Nakil. MLA follows suit. That's a double here for Team Solid Boys. Now we're starting to see again shades of game number 2. That means, Kaysaya, this is another chance for Solid Boys to redeem themselves. Make game 2 count.
Yes, for sure. And they have to make sure that they will do it this time. They could even capitalize on taking down the lone Ako si Doggy on the Farsa in the mid. But they want to play it safe again. They're instead gonna go back into jungling on their own, giving more items for Tan. Which I think that's one thing maybe is missing on the side of Team Solid Boys. The reason why they are not usually able to end up games in a faster fashion, in a quicker sense, because they don't capitalize on abusing whoever is all alone in a particular part of the map. So if they continue doing that, maybe this could end up into a late game again.
Oh, well, we'll see. I think Team Solid Boys learned from their mistakes in game number 1, and nice pick off by Tira underneath the turret onto Arbe. Interesting how it's the X-Borg, but now another big team fight, Kisaya.
Yes, another setup by Karam. It was a good catch, allowing the rest of the members of Solid Boys to pick up members on the side of Team Jejemon. Yes, they did not get that turtle as of yet because, of course, they're going to be focus firing on to taking down some members of Team Jejemon. However, that Droid is going for a push on the bot side, forcing Arbe to go back to the base and defend that lane. Meanwhile, there's gonna be an exchange in here as Team Solid Boys will attempt to take that tier 1 turret on the mid side. Fortunately enough though, he did survive that really bursty damage coming from the Farsa.
Yep. So after that take on mid, it's going to be a turtle here for Tan. And again, shades of game number 2 here. Tan doing great on this Lancelot. I'm wondering where the turn is gonna happen. Yeah, 3-0-3. 7 minutes in though. Arbe with that immortality now on the X-Borg. Again, that's his trademark item. You can't go wrong.
Can't go wrong. Well, so far, Team Jejemon is still holding. I like that feathered airstrike on the top side, forced by Ako si Doggy just to shove away the members of Solid Boys on even further making a push on the other end of the map, on the top. So that's good enough. But what can they do now? They just maybe have to wait and just basically, just jungle, get more items for the carry and even the Esmeralda. But for the meantime, on the top side, I think someone's in a bad spot. That Jawhead, Tira, will fall down right after he took down one member of Solid Boys in the bot side. So he's paying for what he's done in the bot side a while ago.
You make him sound like he's such a sinner, but he did deserve that. I mean, he was caught off position in the top lane there. And look at that, Mr. V destroying the turret up top. Not much Team Jejemon can do. And Kramir waiting in this bush. I wonder who they want to go for. Perfect match. Catching up. Doggy.
Oh, no. Well, I'm not too sure why Kram did not go for a flicker in. But no, this time is going to be making use of the flicker in and a set coming from the Atlas. And this is going so far onto the side of Team Solid Boys, capitalizing on what the Atlas did. Tando, Slither of Health, a flicker in coming from Tira just to get Tan, but looks like he will be punished instead for going super aggressive against 4 members on the side of Team Solid Boys, I know, right? I mean, the moment when you thought Tad could have died already, no, but because the members and his members, his teammates from the side of Solid Boys were ready to respond.
What mechanical prowess, ladies and gentlemen. This man was born to play Lancelot. Did you see that? 406. He could have gotten a 1 there, but no. He says not today. Now, Mr. V pops the Contrat Inferno, but I think Renegades got this. Indeed, he has. That's going to be 1 down for Mr. V, putting a blemish on his otherwise perfect 008.
Yeah. Well, that's okay. A lot of members on the side of Team Solid Boys are still having that good 0 deaths, especially for the carry, which is Tan. And S is also in there. Ooh. Yes, he is a support, but he got the most kills for his team.
Yeah, actually. But here now, the first Lord of the game comes in 10 minutes. All members are on the map though, so it's not as easy for Solid Boys to do, despite being up 5,000 gold. They need Kram here. Kram is going to be key in order to secure this Lord, or even win team fights. Like, especially that one up top, that was off of Kram's perfect, almost perfect Fatal Links. And Kaisaya, look at that record, 1-0-10.
I know, right? Usually you would say
100%.
tanks usually spend their life just to protect the carries. No, you can actually improve your micro play as a tank, knowing when you should go, even though you're half-life or maybe not. But talking about half-life, who's gonna go onto half-life this time? It looks like someone from the side of Jejemon. Knucklehead, oh, there goes the Fatal Link once more. A setup is coming from Cram, the Atlas, the double kill, even going for himself and taking down 3 members on the side of Team Jejemon. There's a good space for Team Solid Boys to take this Lord down. Even though the Kari is there now, Kari can't do anything. He will just basically die if he even attempts to steal that hero out or that Lord out.
Yep, and just like that, we have witnessed once more a turn for the worst. Team Solid Boys gonna keep this up, or will they drop the ball once more? They are ahead at a 3-0.
Yeah, this is 10 or rather 11-minute game time. Again, Team Solid Boys. If you want to redeem from what has happened from game 2, you should end this even before the 15-minute mark. You got the Lord on the top side. Make sure you don't waste that one out. At least get one objective like that of a turret to at least utilize the purpose of the Lord.
Let's see. Lord gonna be marching down top. It is just a level 1 Lord nonetheless, given the purple icon. I wonder. Still a bunch of turrets, by the way. There's a tier 2 in mid, tier 2 in bottom. Doggy popping the airstrike, making sure to help defend against this big 4-legged beast. And now the real fight begins. Purple take.
Yeah, doesn't matter if this Lord goes down. They got a good position in maybe taking down the tier 2 turret in the mid. But let's see. 2 members on the side of Solid Boys waiting on the left side. Okay. I don't know if I call it a waste. Maybe I should, because normally I would say that really a Lord is wasted if you are not able to take any objectives. And yes, I think I'd put it in a way wherein it was totally wasted. And they weren't able to capitalize on maybe pressuring mid or bot. So yeah, again, 30-minute game time. We're close to checking that 10-minute mark. This could be, if that was hit, this could be Team Jejemon's game if that happens. So yeah, there was just a restart. I'm pretty sure they will pause it anyway. So yeah, there was just a restart of the game client. But yeah, any thoughts, Leo?
It seems like these two teams are watching our broadcast and they're like, so they think Jejemon's. All right. Solid Boys. Let's show them what we've got. And I don't know. I love it when I see these teams evolve and when they learn on the fly. but just the same, it's frustrating to be wrong as a commentator when you predict, right? It's just weird. But nonetheless, I am surprised that Team Jejemon is allowing Team Solid Boys to do the same thing that they did in Game 2, right? It's very reminiscent. It's almost the same thing.
Yeah. But yeah, let's see though. That's why we sometimes put in, we go for a discussion on what is the winning condition of either of these teams, what they can capitalize on early on. Do they have that such kind of thing wherein they could expire? So, because this is a game wherein there's really no solid, okay, this is a 100% win because they got this draft. No, because it will definitely depend on how they're going to execute their play or what strategy they have
Mhm.
in preparation for the match, and of course in accordance to what they have built as a composition against the composition of their opponent. Even if you have a list of strategy, it's something that you cannot pull off 100% because of course your opponent will stop you from pulling that off. And now
Yeah,
your
no, I mean,
decision making comes in here as a team.
yeah, that's why there's a counter draft. That's why there are strategies that teams should do in order to shut down your opponent's win condition. And I think that is exactly what Team Solid Boys did. Kaisaya, you're right. They went in aggressive, they went in strong, and they left them no quarter. Hence, Changu here having a hard time on that carry. But let me see. He has died 3 times. There you go. This is much worse than what Tira did in game number 2. So maybe, just maybe, Team Solid Boys get it right this time.
Hopefully so. They got a good position on the bot side. They thought it's just Arbe. They might go for an aggressive play here on the bot. So the positioning of carry as well as the Barca must be really, really careful. There goes the flicker in, and the fatal link again connecting to one member on the side of Team Jejemon. There goes Solid.
Oh!
He still fall down anyway. Oh, what's happening? Really low HP bars on the side of Team Solid Boys. Oh, double kill on the Esmeralda, and we are approaching Halu. It's 15-minute game time. The power of the Esmeralda is apparently showing.
Yeah, Kaisaya, this is it once more. Shades of Game 2. History repeats itself.
right?
Is that possible that you watch the same Mobile Legends game twice in a row? But nonetheless, I'll give them the
It's
benefit of the
deja vu.
doubt. This could still change. Yeah, it feels like it's deja vu, but it still could change.
It still could change. I mean, for as long as this is like the second chance that was given to you in life, and you just have to change just one decision. But again, it's up to them, man. We can just predict all day long, and we could sometimes be correct, we could sometimes be wrong, and it will just be, you know what, that's that situation wherein sometimes you give advice to your friend, but it will still depend on your friend
Lord,
if they will follow your
resurrecting
advice
soon.
or any.
Yep. We are just but advisors, or at this point, just
Yeah.
audience members. But nonetheless, here is another Lord coming up. It's a Luminous Lord, and Tan here gonna do his best to take his own orange before they go in for another fight. Now, Arbe picks up his Ice Queen wand, and here we go. They are in prime position. Team Jejemon, 4 members near the Lord Pit.
My oh my. This can be disastrous though. Cram got a fatal link available. I mean, the ultimate is available as well. Knuckle super low in HP. He will fall down onto the hands. Oh no, he got the immortality popped out. Still
Yeah.
quite a messy team fight. I'm not too sure where they're focusing on, but I guess on the top side we can see a lot of members on the side of Team Solid Boys really low on HP now. This is Esmeralda going wild, 4-0-0 Renege right now, and there goes the space created by the Farsa, Akosi Doggy, and at the same time, while they know that there are one member lacking on the side of Team Solid Boys, they can take this Lord for themselves, and it's not just a Lord, it is a Luminous Lord that they can secure for themselves. But Crab going for an flicker in and a fatal link. It is gonna Barca will fall down. Lord has been slayed by them Solid Boys, and they could potentially make a comeback because
Legendary.
Renege fell down as well. Nakil as well will fall down. All alone is Tira getting chased down. Are they gonna go for that? Yes, getting slowed down, getting caught down again by Cram, and this is gonna be it. I think Team Solid Boys proof that they got this. They will end the fight just within 15-minute average time. Although it was like 2 minutes more than that, it's totally fine because the death timers will not make it 10 seconds before Doggy goes up. But the damage is here on the side of Team Solid Boys. I think
Not
they're gonna
enough.
be ending this. Yeah, it's not gonna be enough. It's just Doggy. Will he go for the ultimate? I think. Oh, look at that!
Oh,
Really good
Fatal
play.
Links just throwing up in the air just enough. Kay Saya, love, sweeter the second time around. Team Solid Boys take game number 3, and the score is now at 2-1. How did that happen? Team Jejemon got turned around on that last team fight.
You know what? I call MVP Cram. Cram, almost all of his flicker ult was perfect. Flicker, Fatal Links, perfect. Everything. And he got 0 deaths. That's good for a tank support, although he didn't got the MVP label in his name, in the game application. For me, he is the MVP. Without his
I agree.
sets,
I agree.
they couldn't. Yeah.
Yeah, I think because of the way that Cram used Fatal Links every single time, except for one time maybe.
Yeah.
One time he kind of pulled his opponents into his allies and it ended miserably. But nonetheless, I agree. Cram here, great team player, able to place his opponents where Tan, where Arbe, where Eds could just deal the most damage. So now we see here the Solid Boys at game point,
Just
match
one more
point.
win.
That is just one more
Just
win
one
before
more
before they could possibly be named the national champions of the Philippines for the Creator Games, Battle of Heroes. Now let's take a look at how we have come to this victory for Team Solid Boys here. Again, great early game, and this was the outplay by Tan. Look at this, Tan just juggling his HP, and even Cram got away with it. So again,
Ooh,
there you go.
look
Oh,
at that.
beautiful, delicious.
Very satisfying. If it was a food, I'd keep on ordering that.
Yeah, and again,
Why we're talking
just
about
how
food now?
just how good that Atlas played. I'm like inspired to play Atlas now. Like definitely gotta learn how to play Atlas.
Yeah, I mean the setup is
Oh.
just lit.
Yeah, I think this was the very last team fight before it went sideways for Team Jejemon. Yes, there you go. So they were able to take down Tan, but they were able to take down in return Renegade, and then Tira all left alone. Cram, Arbe, and Mr. Ed's more than enough to take him down. That's the wipeout. And then again, Cram here. The Fatal Links onto Ako si Doggy. It was perfect. I think that was necessary